times seek change, so must we, that the new time requires new response to new challenges.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am Zulaihat Bello-Gober, standing in for your regular host. The first phase of the COVID-19 vaccination is on the way. Cooperate and support the federal government to ensure the success of the exercise as Nigeria joins the rest of the world in waging a relentless war against the deadly disease. COVID-19 kills. Respect the protocols to stay safe. Now to the program. When the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, unveiled the Hajj Savings Scheme in Abuja on Thursday, the 10th of September 2020, the Commission ensured that the information was properly disseminated by going round the state to elicit public support for the success of the scheme. So far, the Commission has launched the scheme in all the 6 geopolitical zones and in nearly 30 states of the country. Bauchi State played host to the grand finale of the launching of the Hajj Savings Scheme in the northeast. The details of what transpired at the awareness rally will come your way shortly in our Spotlight segment. Also in the program, we have our regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON Chairman, key functionaries of the Commission and other stakeholders. These and more shortly. Stay with us.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is running a Hajj savings scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj savings scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj Savings Scheme for better Hajj services.
Thanks for being there. We begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio.
The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kulli Hassan, applauds the Bauchi State Governor, Senator Abdul Qadir Bala Muhammad, for providing the commission with an office complex for its Bauchi outreach operation.
Viable property.
The chairman stated this when he visited the office in Bauchi. He described the governor as a Hajj-friendly person, saying that the Hajj camp being constructed by the state government is of international standard.
One of the unarguably friendly Hajj family governor is His Excellency the Governor of Bauchi State. And we have reasons which are very clear. You don't need binoculars or eyeglasses to see this. It's only in Bauchi that we have, as we speak, a 21st century built Hajj camp in our time. This is the only government where we're given such a befitting office by the government.
Responding, the advisor to the governor on Hajj matters, Honorable Isa Babayo Tilde, commended NAHCON leadership for working harmoniously to achieve its goals.
I commend your effort, the way you are handling the NAHCON staff. No bias, no nothing. You are working as a team. I appreciate that. And for the compliment you passed to our governor, we thank you most sincerely. And we are happy that your eye is always focusing Bauchi. Your ears are also open to listening what we have or what we are going to say to you. We thank you most sincerely.
In the meantime, the Emir of Nasarawa in Nasarawa State, Alhaji Ibrahim Usman Jibril, has extolled the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, for introducing various policies to make Hajj affordable and comfortable for Nigerian pilgrims. The Emir said this in his palace when NAHCON chairman and his management team visited him preparatory to the crowning of the Commission's Director of Administration, Dr. Ibrahim Sodengi, as the Jakad in Nasarawa. The Emir said the Hajj savings scheme will help Nigerian Muslims to make Hajj payment with ease. In his remarks, NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan thanked the Emir for finding Dr. Ibrahim Sodengi worthy of holding the title of Jakada Nasarawa, describing the Jakada as a man of principles who carries out his assignments assiduously. Soon after the meeting, NAHCON chairman and his team joined other well-wishers from far and near to witness the crowning of Dr. Ibrahim Sodengi as Jakada Nasarawa. Speaking to journalists after the ceremony, the new Jakada Nasarawa says he will make good use of the traditional institution to mobilize people around NAHCON policies, particularly the Hajj savings scheme.
So this is an additional opportunity for me to go further, for me to also, through the Emirate Council, be able to advocate, to orientate, and to educate our populace to fully partake and take the advantage of the Hajj savings scheme and all other policies of NAHCON.
Alhamdulillah, if you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. On Thursday, the 25th of March 2021, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, wrapped up the formal launching and sensitization campaign on Hajj savings scheme in Bauchi State. This marked the end of the exercise for the states in the northeast geopolitical zone. Stay with us for details of the final ceremony in Bauchi. Don't go away.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Guests arriving the newly constructed Bauchi State Hajj Camp near Abubakar Tafawa Balewa International Airport. It was the venue for the grand finale of the launching of the Hajj Savings Scheme and Sensitization Campaign for the Northeast Zone, jointly hosted by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and the Bauchi State Government. Bauchi State Governor Senator Abdul Qadir Bala Muhammad led high-level government officials to the launching of the scheme. The officials include the State Deputy Governor, Senator Baba Taylor, Speaker, Bauchi State House of Assembly, Honorable Abubakar Suleiman, Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Muhammad Baba. The emirs of Das, Misau, Katagum were also present, while the Emir of Bauchi was represented by Galadimam Bauchi, Alhaji Ibrahim Saeed Jahum. Also present were the 6 executive secretaries of the Pilgrims' Welfare Boards from the zone, including that of Plateau State.
To formally launch the Hajj savings scheme in the northeastern state of Nigeria.
Launching the Hajj savings scheme, Governor Abdul Qadir Bala Muhammad said with the introduction of the scheme, Nigeria has renewed the hope of Nigerians wishing to perform the Hajj, as well as instill financial discipline and saving culture among people.
Adoption of this scheme in Nigeria will assist citizens across the social strata to save over a period of time for the purpose of Hajj operation. At the moment, a Nigerian pilgrim is expected to pay not less than 1.5 million naira to perform the Hajj. As a result of global economic meltdown, which is further aggravated by COVID-19, it is becoming difficult for the common man to perform Hajj. In fact, some have given up the hope of performing Hajj in their lifetime. However, the scheme we are launching today provides a platform with renewed hope and vigor.
Similarly, the governor encouraged NAHCON and other stakeholders to explore ways that could bring down the price of Hajj fare, saying this is what the government of President Muhammadu Buhari stands for.
This scheme will definitely, in the coming months, go through the integrity test. I have the full confidence in you. Inshallah, you will pass the test. In addition to the proper and efficient management of the deposits, I would like to advise you to continue to explore all avenues of reducing the cost of Hajj in Nigeria. The cost of Hajj must be reduced. And I know Mr. President is a people president. He has been doing so much, even by the composition of this board, made of people of integrity. I know he will look inward, as explained or asked by one of the persons here, that
Governor Bala Muhammad appreciated NAHCON management for the consideration given to Bauchi State.
I wish to thank the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NAHCON and his management team for the special attention they are giving Bauchi State. My brother, you have come 3 times to Bauchi. We are very, very grateful. We will never take this for granted. We will definitely do everything you want to make sure you succeed during your tenure.
That the choice of Bauchi as the host of this event is not accidental.
In his remarks, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan expressed happiness for the support given by the government and the people of Bauchi State towards the successful implementation of the Hajj Savings Scheme.
My heart has been gladdened and energized by the vast store of goodwill, enthusiasm, and support shown by the government and good people of Bauchi State. It shows that the people indeed recognize that the Hajj Savings Scheme embodies our hope and aspiration for Hajj in the future, and that we have a burning desire to make it work.
While applauding the efforts of his predecessors, Alhaji Zikrullah said the introduction of the Hajj Savings Scheme is to place Hajj management at par with international best practices.
Let me reiterate the fact that the introduction of Hajj Savings Scheme by the current board was premised on an abiding belief that for Nigeria Hajj management to be on the same pedestal with other Islamic nations, and in particular, the digitalization of Hajj by Saudi Arabian Authority, the Commission must build alternative payment system. The idea, which has been on the front burner for well over a decade, in which the previous boards have tried to lay a foundation, which now become our cornerstone. On this note, I wish to commend my predecessors and indeed the wise men that formulated the National Hajj Commission Act 2006, whose vision, exemplary leadership, commitment, and dedication provided a solid start and the legal framework upon which today's event is built.
Furthermore, the NAHCON chairman highlighted the many benefits associated with the Hajj Savings Scheme in Nigeria. These include safeguarding savings of intending pilgrims against the hazards of fraudsters, fire outbreak, theft that may arise from the traditional saving methods. Intending pilgrims need not sell or dispose their personal assets to pay for Hajj anymore. The scheme will enhance planning and feeding, accommodation, and flight schedule. Contributors will become vibrant and active investors. It also offers subsidy for future reduction in Hajj fare. Other advantages of the scheme include job creation, providing economic power and support to the Muslim Ummah, boost Nigeria's economy and its gross domestic product GDP, as well as provide every Muslim the one and only reliable route to perform Hajj without depending on rich relatives or government sponsorship. He then appreciated all stakeholders in the Northeast geopolitical zone for their support, calling on Muslims to promote the Hajj Savings Scheme.
I would like to emphasize that what we have done here today is just the beginning.
We must at our individual level strive to promote and enlighten our brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers, uncles and our community to key into this scheme.
On his part, Managing Director of Jaiz Bank, Hassan Usman, reiterated the commitment of the bank to discharge its responsibility diligently.
We are committed to this journey and we are ready to support it with best-in-class technology infrastructure as well as safe investment management practices.
Also, speaking at the event were Speaker, Bauchi State House of Assembly, Honorable Abubakar Suleiman, and the Emir of Katagum, who made remarks on behalf of the state traditional rulers.
But as a lawmaker, I want to assure the beneficiaries, or rather those trying to save their money in this aspect, that we, the lawmakers at the state level, will go and critically look into this savings scheme with a view to coming up with a law that will protect people's funds from perhaps mismanagement from the managers. I am not saying that Jaiz Bank or NAHCON are going to mismanage people's funds, but it is our responsibility as the people's representative to ensure that the property and life of people are protected.
Making it easy for Muslims to travel to Hajj. Other countries have practiced it, and it is very, very successful. And I wish to inform Your Excellency that we'll do our best to enlighten the people on the need to key into this kind of savings.
The coordinator of the scheme at NAHCON, Dr. Aliyu Tanko, made presentation on modalities and processes for registration in the scheme. He spoke in Hausa.
You can key into the scheme through Bauchi State Pilgrims Welfare Board and all branches of Jaiz Bank across the country.
The presentation generated questions and comments from participants, including Bauchi State Deputy Governor and Secretary to the state government. So far, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has launched the scheme in Kano for the Northwest, Lagos for Southwest, Benin for South-South, Ebonyi for Southeast, and Nasarawa State for the North Central.
MashaAllah, you are still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك
Walking between the mountains of Safa and Marwa, otherwise known as Sa'i, is one of the pillars of Hajj and Umrah which pilgrims are expected to perform. When and how should pilgrims perform this rite? How many rounds are they expected to go?
That walking between Safa, the Mount Safa and the Mount Marwa.
On Making the Hajj tonight, Professor Mansur Ibrahim Sokoto answers these and other questions.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, Inna Safa wal Marwa min sha'irillah, faman hajja al-bayta aw itamara, fala junaha alayhi an yattawafa bihima. Safa and Marwa are among the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there is no problem for a pilgrim or a lesser pilgrim to observe the sa'i between Safa and Marwa. So in a nutshell, Safa and Marwa are two mountains. Walking between them is what is called a sa'i, and it is among the four important parts of pilgrimage.
The Islamic scholar further explains how sa'i is different from tawaf.
Sa'i is always attached to either Umrah or Hajj. So it's always obligatory. There is no non-obligatory sa'i, just like the tawaf. The tawaf, you can perform the obligatory, and you can perform as many as possible if the circumstances can, if you have more time to do that. But sa'i it should be after Tawaf al-Qudum, and it's an obligatory. This is for those who are observing Tamattu or who are observing Qiran. If you are doing Ifrad, that is single Hajj, when you come, you are free to do your sa'i with Tawaf. You are also free to leave it until after you go for Arafat, for Mina, for Jamarat. After the Salah day, you can perform it, then your Hajj is completed.
When are pilgrims expected to perform Safa and Marwa, and which are they supposed to begin with?
When you come down from Kaaba, from Tawaf, you first climb on the mountain of Safa. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it first. Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. Verily, Safa and Marwa are among the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you come to Safa, you climb upon it, then you recite this verse. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he comes there, he said, Abda'u bima bada Allahu bi. I will start with what Allah started with. Then he recited, Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. فمن حج البيت أو اعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما ومن تطوع خيرا فإن الله شاكر عليم. He faced the Kaaba. He then stand up and pray. He prayed 3 times. Then he come down and start walking towards Al-Marwa, the second mountain.
How many times are pilgrims expected to walk between Safa and Marwa?
When he reaches Marwa also, he faced the Kaaba. Before now, you can see the Kaaba from both Safa and from Marwa. But nowadays, after the new extensions of Haram, you cannot see the Marwa. But still you can face the direction of Kaaba. Then he also prays 3 times. He come back. So going there is one love. Coming back is the second. Going back is the third. So 4.5 rounds, 3.5 rounds makes 7 sa'i. 7 times of sa'i, and that is sufficient. Some pilgrims make mistake of doing more than that. They do 14 times.
Alhamdulillah. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, what other name is Tawaf al-Wada called? The correct answer is Tawaf al-Sadr. The winner is Adebayo Abdulaziz from Lagos State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Adebayo Abdulaziz will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's efforts in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, what is Hajj al-Badal? I repeat, what is Hajj al-Badal? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers. Aminu Yahya Gora from Jigawa State sent in the first message. It reads, Assalamu alaikum NAHCON. I am always happy watching your program on NTA. Still in Jigawa State, Yohana Sumusa from Duse sent the second message. It says, I appreciate your program as you answer the call. May Allah help NAHCON more. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our government in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program As You Answer the Call. Join me same time next week for another package. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا